Yeah, so this video is about like maybe you're 50 or 55 years old, like how to save about $1 million in the next 10 years without necessarily having to make $1 million per year in your life or your business. So this is something that is very, very near and dear to my heart for a number of different reasons, right? Because a lot of times when people come to me, it's either that they're getting started in their career and they want to start off on the right foot, or they might have come to me like maybe they're like in their 50 or 55 and like they have anywhere between 5 to 10 more years to go, and they are maybe not quite on track for like their retirement goals, right? Even if they've been making 140, 150 grand a year in corporate America for a number of years. Like, and this the first person that I ever really truly coached was actually my mom. Now, the reason why this is like such an important thing and like why I'm able to like know that this stuff works is because like when she was getting started, she had been a very successful corporate finance individuals, right? So she had been director of finance, she had been a CFO, and like she had been anywhere between like 130 to like 150 a year, not including bonuses, right? But towards the end of her career, she started facing a lot of like ageism, right? So it was really hard for her to actually get a job, even though she had a lot of experience. Now, I'm not saying that happens to every single person, but in this particular case, that was one thing that was really, occurring with her. So I don't know if maybe you're in the same situation. You're like, hey, I have more time after my working career than what I do left in my career, but I need to make some more money so I don't have to end up working until like my 70s or, you know, um, yeah, into my 70s. So this video is going to be walking you through that. So number one thing is you have to know exactly like what is your expenses. So for most people, you're going to need to make about $180,000 per year inside of your business. That's about 15 grand a month. Now I know most people on the internet like the popular number is like 10K per month, and that's great, but really it should be about 15K per month. Now, the reason why is because most people's actual living expenses are going to be between about $50,000 to $80,000 a year. That's most people's living expenses. Some people, they're going to be, maybe they have 100K worth of expenses, 120K worth of expenses. I'm more speaking to someone where it's like, just more like on the average of expenses. If you have higher expenses, okay, just multiply the number based on whatever you need. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that after your living expenses have been paid for, you're still netting about $100,000 per year. Okay. Now it's very important we have that. Now I'm not saying like you conserve every single dollar over your living expenses. You never have fun. You never go anywhere. You never go on vacation. I'm not saying that. But the goal is try and save about $100,000 per year. Now, also, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I've worked with financial advisors. I have a lot of referral partners that are financial advisors. This is just stuff that's worked for me and like for people in my family and stuff that I've either coached, mentored, or I partnered with inside of like different accounting firms. So, also, if you want some help growing your firm, like maybe you've been trying to grow it, but it's just not quite going the way that you want, or you feel that if you had better guidance, like you knew exactly what you needed to do, that you would actually go and succeed a lot faster and reach your goal with more certainty, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of one of our mentorship programs. So, the reason why this is very important, right, is to really be able to save about 100K per year is because it's only going to really take you about 5 to 7 years to save up that $1 million. Now, we're actually going to show you how to make a little bit more than $1 million, and like this is very important. Now, in a lot of our videos, we teach you how to actually build a business so you can get to that 15, 20 grand per month. So I'm not going to go into exact details now about what's the marketing strategy, sales strategy. This is more like, okay, so what do you actually need to do? Like, what is the actual target? I had a person come on a consultation call the other day for the mentorship program. He's like, I really want to grow my business, but I don't really know what should I actually be shooting for. And it was a really great question because then it's like, okay, so this is kind of the outcome that you're looking for. Now, one thing that's important is, okay, so you're gonna be saving the extra 100K. Now, why 5 years? Why 7 years? Like, why? Because if you can save $100,000 for 5 years, that means you're gonna have $500,000 inside of your bank account. Now, I don't want you to keep inside your bank account. I want you to go and put in like an investment account, or maybe go find a financial advisor that can give you a 10% to 12% return on your money every single year. That way, off $500,000, you're automatically making $50,000 per year with you doing nothing, and you still make that money, right? So then on top of that, now in year like 7, you're actually saving the whole 150 from your business, right? in year 6 and year 7, you're saving the whole 150,000 from your business. So that actually just increased it even more. I didn't even have it inside of my numbers. Okay, so make sure you're writing down, if you're taking notes in this video, $180,000 per year, saving 100,000. At 5 year mark, you should have about 500K inside of the bank. Now, the next thing that we're going to start looking at is right around year like 6 or year 7, you're going to start wanting to think about selling your business. Now, when I say selling your business, generally for accounting firms, depending on how you've structured it, right, it's going to sell for a different multiplier. I've seen multipliers in between like 1%, or sorry, basically a 1x multiplier all the way up to like a 3 or 4x multiplier. Now, the reason why I say you need to start thinking about it in year 6 or year 7 is because you want to structure your business so that it's ready to sell by the end of the year 7. Okay, because not all businesses, the way they're set up, are actually able to scale. Like if it's just you are the only person who talks to all your clients. As soon as you go, then all your clients leave. Like it's just not going to really work. So you just start building towards that, and like we do cover that inside of our program for various levels. We have a lot of different connections with like business brokers and people that are like really good with mergers and acquisitions. So we do connect you with those people if you need. Now, okay, so we're going to assume that if your business is doing about 180, let's say that we can get it to a 2x multiple. It means you're going to sell it for 360,000 at the end of year number 7. Okay, so this is literally what we did for my mom's business, right? Literally what we did for her. Now, again, she had been trying to grow her business for a number of years off and on, because like back then, in the 90s and the early 2000s, like all it really was like, it was like tax prep, right? So everyone wanted to do like tax prep, or they wanted to be like, do a lot of CPA services. Online virtual bookkeeping wasn't really a thing in the 90s, or even in the early 2000s. So she didn't really have this opportunity to be able to do it, right? So it wasn't until I was more towards the end of high school / early college when I really understood how to use the internet. So basically what I did was I took her existing skill set and then I started learning how to do marketing to be able to go and like get clients for her and be able to do it. That's actually how I started my business, right? Because I used the same exact skill sets that was working for her, and then I started actually bringing her inside of my new firm. Then I brought my uncle inside of my new firm. My uncle's like a CPA, so he does like a lot of taxes. My mom does more of like the finance and more like the CFO services. And then I don't really do the bookkeeping anymore because I just don't need to. We have people all over the world that do it for us. But that was my responsibility when we first got started inside the firm. So let's go. Okay, so let's say after year number 7. Okay, so at the end of year number 7, you should have saved about $700,000, right? That's $100,000 a year for 7 years. You should, out of those 7 years, 3 of those years will be the years after you've gotten your 500,000. So 50,000. That's 10% of 500,000 times 3 years is 150,000. So you should have an extra 700 plus 150,000 from the investment income. Plus, when you sell your business for 360, that is going to turn to about $210,000, right, at the end of 7 years. Now, also, that's not including, there's probably about an extra 100 to 150K in there from the year 6 and year 7 when you've already been collecting the 50 grand, right? Because you can save a little bit more. So it should really be more like 1.4, 1.5 million before taxes that you should be able to save within a 7 to 10 year period. So if you're like really getting close to retirement age, but you're not quite there yet, do not get discouraged. You have the opportunity to do it. But you don't really have that much time to waste, okay? So it's like you can do it, but like a lot of things have to be very, very precise in order for you to get there, right? Because if you miss a year, then okay, you have to work that much harder. Or if you structure your business incorrectly, you can't sell it. Or if you don't understand like how to invest your money, you're not really going to be able to get that 10% gain. Because a lot of places are talking about like where you can invest your money. Invest in the stocks, invest in this, invest in that. And like you might get a 0 return or a negative 20% return, right? And we can't have that happen. So you have to be more precise. If you're like younger, like maybe you're 20, 25, okay, maybe you can take a little bit more time. You can kind of do some things right, some things wrong, maybe trial and error. But the closer you are to retirement age, the more you need this exact kind of science. So if you want to be able to go and grow your business this way, if you want to be able to go, and I'm not guaranteeing you're going to make $1.5 million just because you invest in our program, but we're going to give you the best chance in the world to be able to actually do that. So if you actually want some help and you want to feel like you know that whatever you're doing is actually working and you're building towards a solid goal and a solid foundation that's going to carry you for the rest of your life. Because think about it. Once you're at 1.4 mil, if you're still getting that 10% per year, now you're making $140,000 per year without doing anything. Literally. Because you've already put in the work. So now not only do you have that $1.5 million in the bank, but now you're making a 6-figure income without even moving really anything. And you can start doing like more passion projects. You can do more fun stuff. You can go on more vacations. It's just a lot more fun when you're actually at that stage and when you're actually doing things right. Now, it's not an overnight thing, right? But it is something that's worth it. So if you want some help growing your business, you want some help being able to go and reach this goal, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. Okay? Now, I look forward to seeing you on the other side. I look forward to seeing you in the next 7 years. Who knows, 7 years from now, 8 years from now, I'd love to see you with this, and that would be great to kind of, confirm that you watched a video on YouTube, you took action, you actually put in the work, you put in the steps, and then things worked out for you. That's why I do this stuff. That's why I do these videos. That's why I do this coaching program, to help people actually go and have the chance that, potentially I wouldn't have had if I didn't know how to use these skill sets. Maybe my mom wouldn't have had that. Maybe she would have had to work until she was like 70 in order to do this, So it just really depends, But I really want to help people out, and I want to help you out as well. So I'd love to see you on the call. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Take it easy.